Hi, my name's Antony Cummins and welcome to this video. What this is the Japan's oldest university. This is called Ashikaga Gako, which means the Ashikaga University. And Ashikaga were a famous clan who took over the first sort of like shogunate, if you were back in the day. And if you actually can just have a pan round for me. So we're in the sort of centre. It's quite small, you know. However, it's really nice. And what happened here is they used to have a military tactics and education. So people from all over Japan would come here and they would learn about military tactics, Confucianism, basically anything, chi, divination on war and battle, all that type of thing. And there's dispute about when it started. Some people think it started in the 8th or 7th century. Some people think it started early Sengoku period. There's no real definite, but we do know it starts in the 1400s for definite. We'll probably back to this something here. So it's equivalent to our Oxford University back in the UK. And there's a story Yoshi was telling me before about if you know who Shingen is, and Takeda Shingen, and apparently he didn't hire someone because one of his tacticians was not educated here, so he didn't hire them. And so let's have a look around the place and see what else there is. This apparently is a Chinese style water sort of, I suppose a washing facility if you want. But the idea is it's symbolic that if you fill the container correctly, it will stay up straight correctly and it will like stay proper. But if you fill it incorrectly or overflow it, it will fall. And the idea is to remind the students that they've got to actually, oh here she comes, trusted Yosh. You've got to remind the students that not to learn incorrectly, become arrogant and things like that, and to keep their mind centered. Let's see if Yoshi's mind is correctly centered. Nee? Go on, Yosh. See, now it's starting to sort of tilt. There we go. And the idea is the student would know not to be arrogant, mess his mind up. Or be arrogant, would they, Yosh? Yeah, mate. Okay, here's the sort of like mini Zen gardens, and I know it's not a Zen garden, but you know what I mean. Learning centre. Just really look at that now, it's a proper garden. It's really nice. Right, here they did a lot of Confucianism, that's the study of Confucius and his writings. And this is a statue here of Confucius in a building sort of like, I don't know what the original building would have been used for. And but they would learn this type of philosophy here alongside military things. But this one is from 1535, so well into the Sengoku period, the statue itself. Point out that if you look at the end kanji on every single one of these, it's the kanji for child, which is actually means sort of like educated one. I've discussed in another video, so I won't bore you here. But the idea is, and that's the main chap himself, Confucius. And then there's the scholars. Right, this is a student's dormitory. However, Yoshi's just been reading the sign, and apparently she was reading the website before, and they used to stay outside of the facility. So they'd go out, obviously, they were probably very rich kids, and they'd sleep outside and come and study in the day. Not outside, but I mean in a building out on the perimeter. Yoshi's just been further reading, and she's saying that they found when they did the archaeological dig here, or whatever they've done here, so they found loads of plates with candles in, which are for nighttime reading. So the idea that they think is that students were studying or cramming at night with all these inside buildings like this. You can't smell through this video, but it's got that real sort of like, you'll know the smell if you've been to Japan when you're in the, you can smell like charcoal fire. And there's the internal, massive. It's a good smell though. Yes, yeah. Western style room. Now we've just been in the library, so me and Yoshi have just been in. She's been looking through, because it's meant to be a military establishment. There's thousands of Chinese classics, but not very many Japanese military classics, because of course China was held as the #1. So there's next to no Japanese military. We're hoping to find something a little Gunpo and Shinobi like, but no. Everything's like the 6 famous, the 6 secret teachings, Sun Tzu, Confucius, that type of thing, so very Chinese heavy. There's the library though. It's very nice. And they have a collection of about 12,000 documents. Right, I just want to explain to you how difficult it is sometimes to tell the difference between a Shinto shrine and a Buddhist temple. Now, many people are like, oh, this is this and this is that, but you've got to really be careful because in Japanese history they mash together. Shrines and temples actually mix in. Like, can you see there? We're actually in a Buddhist temple. However, there's a mirror, and that's a very Shinto thing. Obviously, calling the gods is a Shinto thing. And you can see though, there's no shrine. The gatehouse is actually not a torii gate, so it's not a shrine, it's a temple, yet it's got Shinto things in it. So it's really difficult to find out which one it is. This is just like being back at Blackpool at home. So that's it, that's the Gako, the university, and this is the end of the sort of mini trip. It's quite small, but it's very impressive. And you've got to imagine the Sengoku period. You've got to imagine all the top tacticians coming here, all the retainers. I don't quite know how they got through the war lines in the Sengoku period. It's a bit confusing at the moment. But you've got to imagine that the prestige of coming from this school and knowing about the stars, divination, astrology, medicine, chemistry, Chinese science. Remember, Chinese was very like hip then. It was brilliant. So these guys came out of here well qualified to go and teach in the top of military places and to take on the battlefield. So this is where Gunpo, or military tactics in Japan, is definitely based. So my name's Antony Cummins. If you're interested in military tactics in Japan, go to the website. Thank you. Yoshi's going to get angry with me, but I would just like to say we're on the train station and she's reading Ninja Scrolls. I've had to feed her coffee so she'll read quicker. That is a new Ninja Scroll we found. Isn't it, Yosh? So yeah, she's brilliant. She just reads, when I sat on the train, she just sits there reading Ninja Scrolls like, oh, I'm the luckiest man in the world. Aren't I, Yoshi? Oi. Yes, but now she's answering. Right, this is mega important for the ninja student. This is not ninjutsu, but this is the 28 mansions, yeah, of the sky, the lunar mansions. What that means is, them divisions are the 28 divisions of the night sky and the stars. So this is when you've read our books and it says infiltrate when the lunar mansion is here, or it's you've got to do this with the lunar mansion. These are what we mean. The sky is divided into 28, and here they would study that type of thing. And you know, shinobi would have to study that type of thing and understand it.